Hello everybody and welcome to the Lazy Craig Show. Today I'm going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead's latest episode, episode 11, The Code. I will say that this episode again was very, very good. I've been a big fan of season 4 so far, and like I said before, I believe it has surpassed The Walking Dead. They seem to know more what to do with their characters, but I suppose that's the benefit of not working from source material, whereas they're doing it fresh by themselves, so everything is new. Whereas with The Walking Dead, all of it is based on source material, and they go into that well all the time. And if I was to give this episode a score out of 10, I would give it a 9, I think. The episode was focused on Morgan, so again, it was a character development episode. And I will now go into what happened in the episode briefly. I won't go into it as long as I did before. I'll do it a bit briefer this time. So if you haven't seen the episode and don't want to know what happens, then turn off now. Okay, so this episode follows Morgan and follows on from episode 9, from after he got separated from Alicia at the end in the storm. He obviously finds refuge in his truck, and then when he wakes up, he is in Mississippi, because the truck was driven there by someone called Sarah and Wendell. We do meet a few new characters in this episode. We meet Sarah and Wendell, who say they are the people who are doing the boxes that say, take what you need, leave what you can, that we saw in episode 9 as well. They're saying that they are actually the ones doing this, and they're delivering the supplies everywhere because they've got a code that says about helping people and keeping on trucking. Although we do later find out that they stole the truck and left the person whose truck it was at the side of the road. So they're not as noble and good as we first think. Although by the end of the episode they are leaving the boxes out for people. Although it's more doing something good for self-gain, because they want Morgan to tell them where Alexandria is, because he's been telling people about Virginia and Alexandria, and so he has given these people a bit of hope. So they want to go there now and settle there. We're also introduced to Aaron Stanford's character. His name is Jim in the show, and he is a brewer, because what's more important than beer, as he likes to say. Obviously, he likes to he makes a big speech about how beer is like this cornerstone of society, and how we evolve as society because of beer, and how these things, these empires and civilizations really developed properly because of it, because we wanted a farm so we could have beer, which is probably true, because beer is great. So it's quite good. Although he is a bit of a pussy, he does say that he's been in his brewery since the apocalypse started. So he hasn't really had a chance to deal with zombies or walkers. Although when we meet him, he's actually tied up a little bit. He's got his hands tied behind his back and a hood on, because Sarah and Wendell actually tied him up, because they wanted to steal his stuff, and they wanted his recipes for beer, because Sarah's a beer drinker apparently. But I quite like the new characters, if I'm honest. Especially Jim, because he's quite, he's interesting and a little bit funny. Sarah and Wendell, they'll probably be turned by Morgan into good people, because he has this habit of doing it. But part of the episode as well was where Morgan was going back to find everyone else because of the storm. But then he gets to the bridge and he decides to say that the bridge is actually out, even though it's not, because he gets a bit cowardly in that moment. So we're kind of seeing a bit of a cowardly Morgan return. But then he ends up in a situation where he's stuck on top of a vehicle, tied up a little bit, with zombies, walkers all around him. So he has to kind of get some guts about him and realise what's important. So he does decide to go back eventually at the end. Anyway, it was quite a good episode overall. Like I said, I give it a 9 as a score. I do like the introduction of new characters. And they did actually introduce another character as well, right at the end. Although they introduced her voice on the radio beforehand, And to be honest, she seems very, very unhinged. She has a Walker for a pet, and she's writing on his face, "Take what you need, leave what you don't." It seems as though she'll cross paths with Morgan at some point because Morgan was on the radio to her, which was probably a mistake, to be honest. But to be honest, seeing that someone's helping people, you wouldn't think that she'd be a crazy lunatic. So we'll see her definitely, because they wouldn't tease her and then not have her show up. So I'm wondering how that will go down. Maybe one of the new characters will die. Who knows? It'd be nice if Aaron Stanford gets more time and he gets integrated into the cast properly. Because I do like Aaron Stanford as an actor. And yeah, the episode just shows as well that there's still people in the world trying to help and do what they think is best, because obviously someone did set the trucks up. Someone did set it up so that they'd be putting boxes out every 10 miles to say, take what you need, leave what you don't. So it shows there are still good people in this world. Not everyone they run across is a villain. Although in The Walking Dead, it seems as though every time they come across a major group of people, they're villains, rather than actually decent people, which is stupid. Hopefully we'll see more development next week. I think next week's episode, though, is more focused on Alan June. But I think I did see that Morgan will be in it too. So it looks like they'll probably be hooking up again. I'm looking forward to it again, because I do think that Fear the Walking Dead has been killing it since it started season 4. It's been 100 times better. And like I said, Morgan's a much better character, even though he got a bit cowardly and then, kind of had a epiphany. Although he was, almost being eaten when he had the epiphany. So hopefully Morgan will sack up and, actually become a man and rescue everyone. But it looks like they're going to go there and rescue everyone now anyway. So we should see that. Hopefully we'll see some kind of reunion with everyone. I think that's it for today, actually, because I'm not really trying to recap the episode at such a huge length like I did for the last 2 videos, because I've been told that that's probably a bit silly. So I'm trying to just keep it a bit shorter, and although this video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be then. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and tell me what you thought of the episode in the comments below. And again, are you looking forward to next week? So like, subscribe, and watch my previous videos. The previous videos will be both Fear the Walking Dead ones. Keep it in topic, and it'll be in a playlist as well, so you better watch that. So I hope you have a good day, and goodbye.